what were some of the? So I think of it being a two battles having to be waged back in 2000 and today till. You have like the public perception media narrative to fight, and then you have like the actual like legal, like how are we counting these votes? So how did Bush's team handle both of those? Maybe we could start with the narrative.
Well, I think on the narrative, again, it was all focused in, and I think you had a lot more neutrality in the reporting. In here's what's happened, here's the day's events. Here's the perspective of the Bush team. Here's the perspective of the Gore team. And I think the public could have a better sense without really feeling that the media was on one side or another. So it was daily reporting. It went back and forth for 37 days. But I think the public felt like they were accurately informed on that. In terms of the legal issues, one of the big issues then, which was important to the U.S. Supreme Court in Bush v. Gore, which is also at play here today, has been the problems that have arisen from some of these election administrators going outside of the state law for their state. This has come into play in Pennsylvania with the Philadelphia wanting to count absentee ballots after Election Day or waiving the signature requirements or whatnot. Well, other counties in Pennsylvania didn't do that. And so what was discussed by the court in 2000 and what is being argued here today is that you've created a constitutional problem through the equal protection, through the unequal way that two counties in the same state are counting votes. And so that is disenfranchising potentially votes that were cast according to state law when you have the next door county that's counting votes in the same election under a different process. And that potentially...
And that was in Florida? That was a problem in Florida too, that argument?
Well, that was because then that was in play in like Miami-Dade and Broward County and whatnot when, you were talking about how to count the punch cards. Does a punctured Chad count or does it have to be, fully cut loose? What if it's, an imprint? And so part of how those counties were wanting to interpret ballots to decide which votes to count or whatnot was arguably creating a constitutional problem because that was not a consistent standard in the state. And we're certainly seeing a lot of inconsistency in the states right now that are currently being litigated.
Wow, so it's an equal protection problem? Is that the constitutional term that's relevant?
It is.
Interesting.
Citizens are afforded equal treatment under the law. And if you and I both live in the same state, you and I should both vote and participate in the election process in the same way to make sure that your vote counts just as much as my vote.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.